I feel in order to protect myself, I have to build up walls and gates.
Maybe it's not all glitz and glamour after all. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 famous people who have hated the fame.
Like, I don't go out anywhere where I can get photographed anymore.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at various high-profile celebrities who allegedly hate being famous. These celebrities don't need to all come from one industry. If they're famous, they are eligible.
And the same thing, it's like, oh, it's a fake Dave Chappelle. My name, my picture, was not me.
No.
Number 10, Zach Galifianakis.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal too.
Yeah, maybe after 9/11 where everybody gets so sensitive.
As it turns out, this party animal from The Hangover may not be much of a party animal in real life. During a press conference for Birdman at the New York Film Festival, Zach really tore into his feelings about being famous, claiming it was, quote, dumb and not something he was interested in.
Mother, Oreo smoothie now!
Whoa.
He then went on to scathe the public's inane interest in celebrities and their personal lives before attacking the industry itself, saying he finds, quote, the way Hollywood congratulates itself to be gross. Maybe that's why he's moved on to TV.
I'm sorry, I should not have yelled at you.
Number 9, Sia. Sia once worked behind the scenes in the music industry, co-writing songs like Rihanna's Diamonds and Ne-Yo's Let Me Love You, while making her own music. It wasn't until 2011 when Sia's name became mainstream with the release of David Guetta's Titanium, and her fame hasn't relented since.
I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose, far away, far away.
Unfortunately, she absolutely hates it, as evidenced by her covering her face at public events with her signature wig. But even prior to this, she had already begun wearing a mask on stage.
Well, it's so that I can go to Target and buy a hose if I want to.
Sia has said that she doesn't do these things for attention, but because she's trying to, quote, maintain some modicum of privacy, as she finds being famous challenges her sanity. Number 8, Marilyn Monroe. You can see how becoming a sex symbol for an entire country could be detrimental to your mental well-being. Early in her career, Monroe was the sexy blonde bombshell to millions of people, and she initially loved the attention.
Sugar, you're gonna get yourself into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, you better keep a lookout.
However, she soon realized she was being typecast and desperately tried to be taken seriously. It was around this time she became depressed and addicted to drugs, from which she never recovered. Her mental health deteriorated, and she was placed in a mental institution shortly before dying by overdose. Former co-star Laurence Olivier later referred to Monroe as, quote, the complete victim of ballyhoo and sensation.
You all right?
Oh, sure, fine.
Well, good night.
Number 7, Emma Watson.
What are you doing?
Protective enchantments.
Emma Watson is one of the biggest movie stars in the world. Not only has she starred in one of the most popular movie series of all time, she's also played the lead role in the live-action adaptation of one of the most popular Disney movies of all time. So it's safe to say that millions know her name.
And for once it might be grand.
However, she's since grown quite uncomfortable with the fame, describing it as not easy to deal with. She also rarely poses for photos with fans, calling it, quote, the difference between being able to have a life and not. However, she doesn't refuse children, so rest assured there. Number 6, Daniel DayLewis.
This is what I do. This is my place here.
This 3-time Academy Award-winning actor is one of the most respected performers of all time, and is known for his dedication to the craft. However, he hates the attention that comes with it. He was forced to move away from his hometown of London because he hated being in the public eye, and he now resides in a county in Ireland, calling his life, quote, a lifelong study in evasion.
So what are your plans? Is this about buying out my tracks here?
He also rarely gives interviews, and in 2017, declared himself to be retired. So if DayLewis has his way, we'll probably never see his face again.
His spokeswoman confirming the news, saying Daniel DayLewis will no longer be working as an actor. He is immensely grateful to all of his collaborators and audiences over the many years.
Number 5. Shia LaBeouf.
Judy. Was I No, Mom.
Zip it, okay?
No, I don't masturbate.
That's not something for you to bring up.
For someone who hates being famous so much, LaBeouf's attempts to stay out of the limelight often backfire. He also seems to just as often find himself in the spotlight for the wrong reasons. In 2014, LaBeouf famously announced via Twitter that he was retiring from public life after he was caught plagiarizing a Dan Clowes comic. And his red carpet bag stunt is now a thing of legend. On top of that, LaBeouf has told Variety that he feels, quote, enslaved as a celebrity, and that being one, quote, robs you of your individuality.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I planned it. Yeah.
Number 4. Robert Pattinson.
See, I tell you I can read minds, and you think there's something wrong with you.
It's a well-known fact that Robert Pattinson is not a fan of the Twilight franchise, the very series that made him a household name. That's probably why he spent so much time in the indie scene since the final Twilight film was released. Well, that and hating the fame that comes with starring in a blockbuster movie franchise.
When I get up, it stops. When I sit back down, they all start changing again.
He told the Spanish edition of GQ that, quote, you don't have a normal life anymore after becoming famous. And that, quote, people don't realize how lonely you are once you become a household name. He probably wishes he lived in the woods of Seattle right about now.
It's stalkers with cameras and, just saying, oh, I'm not a stalker, I'm a paparazzi.
Number 3. Britney Spears. Britney Spears has an infamously rocky history with fame and the dangers that come with it. While she now says that she, quote, goes back and forth regarding her fame, there once was a time when she absolutely despised it. In the 2008 MTV documentary, she simply said, quote, I'm sad, with tears in her eyes. And that image alone is startlingly effective and telling. She also had many run-ins with the paparazzi in the mid-2000s, which was a contributing factor, along with numerous personal issues, in her emotional breakdown in 2007. Today, Spears seems to be in a much better place. Number 2. Dave Chappelle. Chappelle's show was undoubtedly a cultural milestone back in the 2000s, and Chappelle was seemingly set.
Hey Chappelle, that ain't your wife. Kids, go home.
That's why everyone was stunned when he simply walked away during production of season 3 and flew to South Africa for peace of mind. He later told Time that being in South Africa meant not having the distractions of fame. Later, Chappelle would say that fame is a, quote, horrifying concept when it's aimed at you. Unlike many celebrities, the comedian lives a reclusive life, on a quiet farm in Ohio with his wife and children, well away from the hustle and bustle of Hollywood glamour.
And on a farm?
Yeah. Very obscure location.
That's very cool. Obscure location.
Yeah.
Number 1. Kristen Stewart.
You could have been killed. You understand that?
Yes, but I wasn't, so.
Like her co-star Robert Pattinson, Stewart abhors the fame that came with starring in the Twilight series. Stewart seems like a reserved woman, so it's understandable that she would hate the attention that the spotlight and camera flashes bring. She initially wasn't prepared for the onslaught of attention that being in Twilight brought her, calling it a, quote, huge lifestyle shift that came with, quote, really heavy baggage. Although she didn't hate it. Yet.
I was 17 or 18 when it all kind of went down, and that's like the most uncomfortable, terrible, weird. You're 17 years old, and I was like, wow!
She's since told Harper's Bazaar UK that Hollywood is, quote, disgustingly sexist, and that, quote, fame is the worst thing in the world. Well, sounds like she hates it now.
You want to end this?
Yes.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.